Well, good morning my darlings, welcome to a new vlog. Today's vlog is going to be very much Straw Top Cottage focused because Charlie and I, you can probably see we have got a boot full of rubbish. We're heading to the recycling centre as our first stop today. Glamorous as always, but today is actually a very exciting day indeed because I think, obviously we've not been there since pre-Ibiza, but I think most of the work in the cottage is pretty much done. There are a few little tweaks that we need to make, which I'm sure I will go through with you when we get there. But excitingly, today we have got our marigolds in the car with us because we are doing a deep clean. We've got the Dyson. Have we got one Dyson or two?
We've gone nuclear. So we have, before holiday I left the new Dyson, the
V15 laser detect.
Before holiday we've got the V15 detect, the one with the laser, and we're going to leave that at the cottage. So that's already there, and then we've also got our bigger one here, you know, the bigger vessel one, the oversized, is it, or the outsized? So we're going to be doing a seriously deep clean with the vacuum. Just so everyone's clear, we have got our cleaner Kasia, she's going to be visiting as well, but we thought we'd get there before her to give it a deep clean, and then she's going to be visiting.
Does anyone else do this, where you clean your house before the cleaner comes?
But do you know what though?
It's just embarrassing otherwise.
But I think it needs it. We want it to be super clean, super lovely.
Yeah.
So we've got the bleach for the toilet, we've got all our method, and the marigolds, and we're going to be getting down to it, mate. But
more excitingly than that, gosh, my battery's flashing red already, so there's probably going to be mostly phone vlogging today. I'm very sorry, I'm very disorganized. There might be a spare one in my bag somewhere. But more excitingly, we're also putting all the stuff that we have been hoarding for so long, like furniture, plates, glasses, everything, all the decorative stuff. Hopefully we're going to get a lot of that in today, so very exciting. Lots of progress to be seen later on, including carpets, painting being done, kitchen being hopefully completely done.
Do you know what I'm excited about?
What's that?
Is, you know, when you visualize things and then until things are in a room, I mean, I'm equally nervous and excited that everything works together.
Yeah.
I'm quite confident it will. We have had a bit of a hiccup with the bed situation.
Yeah, which we will explain later because my battery is flashing, so I'll see you at the cottage. Okay, we made it to the cottage. Any second now, I'm gonna have to switch to filming with my phone. Stupid me for forgetting the battery. But there have been so many changes since we have been away. Andrew has been very busy, as has Darren, as has James. It has been a full house here while we were abroad. So today we are bringing in lots of the furniture. We're doing lots of cleaning. We're taking away lots of plastic off chairs and basically getting the whole place ready for our first guests. So before we get busy, I'm going to do a little walkthrough tour of how it currently looks, and then I'll update you once we have got all the bits and bobs in from the garage. Okay, so let's start off here in the kitchen. Apologies for the background noise. We have got the dishwasher going off already because we're just running everything through to make sure it's nice and clean. But the kitchen is now painted. We have got the shelves up. You might be able to see behind me. So now I'm just going to do a deep clean, and then we've got a lot of things to unpackage and fill the cupboards and fill the drawers with. Obviously a lot of tidying is going to be done in here, but the shelves are now up with these really beautiful brass, in fact you might have seen these in the last vlog, brass, holder uppers, which match in really nicely now with the cupboard handles. So everything is just ready to be filled. We have got an induction hob, and the hob and the oven are from Capel. This is a brand that came really highly recommended from a few friends of mine. So hopefully this is going to be perfect for all of our guests' requirements. In here, I won't open it up because obviously it's going off at the moment, but we've got a slimline washing machine, also from Capel. But my favourite is this tap. It is absolutely beautiful, again in this brushed brass, which matches in with the cupboard handles. And then the last appliance is a washing machine, also from Capel, which we have got tucked in the corner. And then last but not least, an integrated fridge as well. It's really great how you can't see any of the appliances. So it's just a nice sleek finish in the kitchen. Gosh, what a transformation. I'll pop a picture on the screen here of how this looked when we first got the keys, and by the end of today it should be complete. Finishing touches to the lights, just giving them a quick dust and popping on the caps. Are they Jim Lawrence?
Yeah, Jim. We were obsessed with Jim Lawrence. They've never sent us anything, not even a thank you for featuring, but we just love them. We've spent a small fortune, but
they don't need it. They're like the Zara of lighting. They know.
No, they're not though, because they're British made, so it's all 100% British.
In the way that they work with influencers.
True.
They don't.
Yeah, true. But then in terms of how they're a British brand, which we love. They're also traditional, but there's a contemporary sort of twist on it, isn't there?
Mm.
Like they're traditional, but not too old school.
Looks good.
I like this look. This is going to be nice. I don't know quite where we're going to put this yet. Table light, look, and then it sits on like that.
That's lovely.
Isn't that nice?
Beautiful. So we are very nearly there with the bathroom. Last time I showed you in here, it was just an empty bathroom that was tiled, but now, as you can see, we've got the lights in. Again, from Jim Lawrence, we have got the shower head. In fact, that might have been there before. We've got the shower screen, the sink, and the towel rail. As you can see, we've gone for brushed gold in here. And I think that it looks so wonderful compared to the very dramatic tiles. So the tiles are from the National Trust collection from Capietra. I think we definitely made the right decision by having this room as a wet room. It feels a lot bigger, especially with the style of the shower screen. The only thing we were saying is we might potentially put something down on the edge here, because if you are actually just walking in, you might not actually notice the shower screen to begin with, unless there was something on there. It does make the room look bigger, the fact that you can't see it, but I'm just imagining someone that's forgotten to put their contact lenses in, just walking slap bang straight into it. So I'll see if I can find something subtle, just a bit of frosting maybe to pop down that edge. I think we bought all of this stuff from Victoria Plum, except the sink, which we needed to get a slightly smaller version of, and I'm pretty sure the brand of this is Milano, but then we had to mix and match the taps and things like that just to make sure everything fitted in together really beautifully. Now this gap is a little bit smaller than we originally thought it was going to be, so we're going to have to find the world's skinniest mirror, probably something without a frame, just to go in there. And then in the shower, obviously you've got the drain down there. It's actually a really nice size shower considering how small the bathroom is. And you've got a little handheld section here, which is going to be great for cleaning it as well. There's another view of the sink and the towel rail. I mean, this bathroom is absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad that we decided to go all out with the tiles. And then something else which is new, which got installed while we were away, is of course the carpet. So I believe this is from the Country Living collection at Carpetright. And if you look closely, so originally I was saying that I really wanted, what's it called, that kind of reed carpet, but actually the guys in the store told me that it's not so practical for staircases. It can be a little bit slippy and also not good for high traffic areas, whereas this is a wool, so it's a lot more durable, it's a lot more comfortable, and a lot more grippy, and it's a really big kind of chunky wool, and I think it looks really, really beautiful.
It feels very premium.
It does. It's almost a little bit like a reflexology under your foot. It's very massaging.
I think, do you know what? Credit to the fitter though, because there is a real cushioning under it.
Yeah.
And I think, in fairness, we had carpet fitted in Clapham, and that was our first experience, and it wasn't a very good experience. And there wasn't much padding, was there? Like
No.
when you feel this.
Yeah, I think we had to pay extra for some like special underlay. The only thing that they haven't got quite right is this little strip here is meant to be antique brass, but they've put silver in, which is a bit of a pain, but I'm sure that'll be an easy fix.
I forgot I ordered one different one. I think that's quite cute. Or which one of these? These were meant to go in the lounge, but I actually think they work better.
Oh, it's a chicken.
Yeah.
So then if we switch on the light, oh no, it was on, the carpet goes all the way up to the top floor bedroom, which is great because this staircase I did always find a little bit treacherous, and it just feels a little bit safer now that we've got carpet in. The only thing that's new in here so far, well, of course we've got a giant mattress in here. A little bit of a problem, as Charlie was starting to say in the car before I cut him off with my battery dying, is that we can't actually fit the king size bed up here because this is quite a narrow turning, so we need to figure that out. But the mattresses, I think our guests are going to be very comfortable. They're from, it's actually owned by the Cornish Bed Company, and we've got some of their beds at home. And the mattress is called an Eco-Mat mattress. They have these at the Six Senses hotels. They are very, very high quality. They are medium to firm in their, what do you call it, density. So I think our guests are going to be very comfortable. And then we also have a beautiful scalloped blind up here. So Caroline, the upholsterer from our village, has created these for us. And I chose the linens, I think it was from the website Jane Clayton. And this is just a really lovely kind of white linen, or just off-white, and it is the most beautiful texture. So this will hopefully block out the light and any noise, if there should be any, on the outside world. It is looking very bright and fresh down here. This is the king-size bed, which we can't fit upstairs. So back to the drawing board on that one. But when we have finished with all the bits and bobs, we will be undoing the sofa. Charlie ordered a couple of armchairs from Soho Home. So what's the next job, darling?
Oh, where to start? It's a bit overwhelming, but we're getting there. It's funny because I feel like with Chiswick as well, and here, we're getting pretty good at moving house, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this room's still a bit of a bomb site, so I think we leave this room for a bit.
Yeah, the lights look fantastic.
Yeah, the lights are amazing. I mean, the issue is, there's some things that we've sort of learned since what we've done in our house.
Yeah.
And actually, we've done things in this cottage better than we've done in our own house.
Yeah.
It's always the way, isn't it?
Yeah, I love the paint colour in here as well. That looks beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the bits that I have been most looking forward to. A little while ago we were so very kindly sent a selection of bits from Le Creuset, which I'm now gonna unbox ready for popping in the kitchen. We have got some really practical bits like this lovely cream coloured salt and pepper grinder, things like bottle undoers, corkscrews, and then some of our favourite pans like we've got at home. So the milk pan, this is probably one of my most used pans at home. It's the non-stick one, great for making your cheese sauce for your mac and cheese. And then we've got the saute pan, shallow frying pan, we've even got some wine glasses, and I've just unboxed this baking tray, this lovely heart casserole dish, which would also be great for a single portion of mac and cheese. So here we go, a selection of our frying pans, or our pans rather, from Le Creuset. We've got the smaller frying pan, 20 centimetre, and I actually didn't realise these are dishwasher safe, so that is going to save us a lot of time, and metal utensil safe. Very clever. And then the 26 centimetre, which is great for stir fries, as is this one with the lid, so good for sauteing. The milk pan, this is one that I use a lot at home. Charlie has also ordered a lot of very practical things like the Victorinox knives. We've got this set at home, great for veggies and things like that. And then I've just unboxed this rather beautiful set of mugs, and they're kind of pearlescent. I'm not sure if you can really see this on the camera, but they've got a beautiful pearly finish. You can see it a little bit more clearly from above here. Absolutely beautiful in these pearly colours. So while Charlie is busy, sounds like he's vacuum cleaning inside, Ella has been busy doing some gardening out the front, clearing out any weeds, and there was some just like dead bits along here, sorting out the lavender, pulling it back a little bit, pulling out any weeds that are down at the front here. So it is very much all hands on deck to get it looking nice and tidy. And I don't believe that I've actually shown you how the front door looks now. So if I just pull it a little bit, we can see we have got a really beautiful new knocker. I'm guessing Charlie got that from Nkuku. Looks like one of their type of things. We replaced the silver lock with a gold one, and we've got a new brass door knob. However, I think Charlie said we're going to replace this because he's managed to find a matching one. Is that right?
What was that?
Did you manage to find a matching knob to the knocker?
You're a knob.
You're a knocker.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we've learned is antique brass is very different in different brands, right?
To brushed brass, to brushed gold.
Yeah, the
telling me about
difficulty
your knob?
is different brands have different versions of what antique brass is.
Yeah.
I mean, this is called antique brass, but it's obviously nowhere near like Jim Lawrence.
Oh, it's Jim Lawrence the knocker.
Yeah, so that's Jim Lawrence, which is beautiful. The lock's perfect. It's impossible to find an antique brass lock.
Yeah.
That is perfect. So I found one to match this.
Isn't it funny? Like, how much did this cost?
About over £100.
But isn't it funny how spending £100 on door accessories can literally make this look like such a beautiful door?
Yeah.
Compared to a basic one that's probably like 20 quid?
Phenomenal.
Like, that's just such a good investment.
Hi, Chris.
And then while Charlie's on the phone, I'll show you this little area. So we now have a really beautiful cushion here in the miniature boot room. It's all painted. We have got the hooks up on the wall. We've even got some little dog leads here in case our guests bring little doggies with them. And we're even going to leave a few pairs of wellies down here just in case anyone forgets to bring theirs. And then from the Oak and Rope company, we've got this boot taker-offerer, which is very, very handy. To think that just a few weeks ago this was a really messy electrical cupboard. I think this has been one of the best transformations. After doing a lot of furniture moving, we're just trying to bring in a few of the finishing touches. So we've got one of these jute rugs, which we're using some of the books that we're going to have here in the cottage to weigh it down. We've been keeping a hold of these books for quite some time. We've got the Kinfolk Garden, we've got a book about the area, we have got just some really lovely books to flick through. I need to give a little vacuum down here. And then this area is now just looking so cute. If you watched the vlogs about the cottage from the very early days, you'll have seen me attempting to hide the name of the cottage on these tote bags when I ordered them a while ago, but this is here if any of our guests want to use it for picnics or shopping or whatever, next to the little doggy leads. And I think I showed you this earlier, Caroline has made a lovely little cushion so you can perch here while you take your shoes off. Still a little bit of tidying to do down here, but then we've brought lots of the furniture into the living room. We've got to bring the rug down, but the lighting in here is absolutely gorgeous. So we've got a jute rug and the coffee table to come in here. We've been playing around with the positioning of the sofa. Obviously we need to plump up the cushions. I think we might actually get some more patterned cushion covers. Perhaps we can get some fabric like these chairs to match it all in together. I think that would look lovely. But I think we just need to straighten this up and then hopefully the room will get all tied together once we've got the rug and the drawing coffee table. This is a unit which Charlie and I actually had in our house in Clapham. You may remember it was behind our sofa in Clapham. And then we had it as our TV stand at the old rectory until we found the massive Victorian unit. And now it has made its way here, so it really has traveled with us, this unit. We've decided that a TV is a little bit unnecessary in here, but we do actually have one hidden away in the storage for the cottage. So what we're going to do is offer our guests the opportunity to get a TV in here if they want it. But I don't know about you, but I never watch TV when I'm on holiday, so I think it's nice to leave this area without one for the majority of the time. Not sure where we're going to put this little stool yet, but it'll find a place. Radiator cabinet's looking fantastic. Charlie's just popped this vase, would you call it a vase? Pot? I think we got that from Soho Home, just in the windowsill. And this is actually, where's the remote? A little battery-powered candle. Obviously, because of it being a thatched cottage, we can't have, there we go, it's just turned on. We can't have real flame in here from candles, so we've got a few little remote-controlled ones, which look rather cute. In here we've got some essentials for our guests. We've got some torches, some more battery powered candles, and then we've even popped some board games in here. We've got cards, we've got backgammon, we've got Monopoly. Gosh, I haven't played Monopoly in years, but I love it. And then the fireplace just looks absolutely gorgeous. Obviously we do need to just move the sofa around a little bit. We've got the fire tools, which I think are the ones from Amara. And then we've got a couple of buckets here with kindling for the log fire. Of course, we have a sausage dog statue to commemorate Dexter and Dickens. And then this radiator cover hasn't actually been fitted yet. The chap who owns the company that we've used for this has actually just had a baby. Well, his wife has. So he's coming back to fit this in a week or so. We're still waiting on a little bit of, linen for some of the curtains. Caroline is being a busy bee, creating bits for us. So we're just waiting on those. Over here, I think we have got a bigger table to go in this corner. But for now, we've got this little stool from Burgess and a lamp from Soho Home. And then let's see how we're getting on upstairs. So in the first floor bedroom, we don't have the bedding on here yet, but we have got the bed installed. This is another bed from the Cornish Bed Company. We've got them at home and they really are such beautiful quality. And as you may know, we're trying to get as much made in England or made in the UK furniture in here as possible. And this is another of those natural mat mattresses, organic mattress and beds made by hand in Devon, organic, local, sustainable. And yeah, they are just honestly so comfortable. We've got them in some of the guest bedrooms at home and everyone always says that they are so comfy. And then we have got ceiling lights in here. It's a beautiful light room and it's a really gorgeous view out there as well. This whole lane is just absolutely lovely, so you get to see the neighbours' hanging baskets and her lovely thatched cottage. We've got these little lamps which act as bedside lamps from Soho Home on the wall. I think we're going to find just something quite striking to pop on this little square, which is obviously where the stairs come up. And then we, again from Caroline, have these really beautiful curtains which have got this trim, again which I chose from Jane Clayton website. And they've got the most beautiful little tucks in them. Caroline has done such a great job. I didn't even ask for this detail, but she's done it and they look gorgeous. And then obviously we haven't got anything on this desk area yet, but it looks really cute. This is something that we found, I think via Instagram, on an antiques website, and it's just the perfect little unit for that space. We'll obviously pop a mirror on there to make it suitable for a vanity. Going to pop some Dyson hair products in there, and then this really fun kind of scalloped floral stool from Soho Home. It is now a few hours later. I'm looking shiny and a little bit exhausted. Lila and I have just done a very glamorous run to the recycling centre to take lots of the boxes back, and Charlie has been a busy bee in here doing various bits and bobs. There's just so many little things. You know, when you move house, there's obviously so much that needs unpackaging, and we're trying to get it perfect for our first guests who are coming tomorrow. Luckily it's one of Charlie's pals, so I don't think he's going to mind that everything is not absolutely perfect. The plan now is to go and get some fish and chips and then come back and do the finishing touches. So it might be a little bit darker when we get back here, but I'm not gonna lie, I need some chips to give me some energy, and then we'll blitz through the final bits to get the cottage almost ready for our first guest tomorrow. And he's added a few lovely little last minute touches, like a diffuser from Dalesford. This is the Vine Tomato. It was a little bit smelly of like new carpet and new paint and stuff like that, so this has made a really nice difference. And then we've got a little ceramic pot from Dalesford as well. These are really lovely. These came from the Cotswold Company. They've got a really lovely selection of bits like this which make for perfect finishing touches. This is a really cute little setup. So the two chairs here from Soho Home with a little stool in between. We've got some space to pop some little bits and bobs in that understair cupboard. That was a really good idea from Charlie. It's actually storage behind, and we've just popped a few little books in there after Mark and Steve made it into a bookcase. I can't remember if I showed you out here before, but this is a lovely little courtyard with a table, and that spot really catches the sun. Lila trimmed the ball, so now it's a lot neater, the little topiary. We've moved the lavender around to the side, and then there's some nice little mint plants, peppermint and normal mint, for our guests to make a mint tea. Charlie's being a busy bee, getting the shelves styled in the kitchen. What's the strategy here, darling?
I don't quite know yet. I know that in those two I want some herbs.
Okay.
I know that we want maybe to put something in this. I don't think we want to fill the top row. There's the option that we could fit it because we've got 4.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that one of these, I don't know, I feel like they're as much for display as they are for people to use. So obviously pasta, they're our favourite pastas.
Yeah.
So we're basically putting everything in here that's our favourite things.
Where did you get those little terracotta things from?
They're from all of this stuff. So this is from Cuckoo. I think these are from Cuckoo, and then these are all from Rowan and Wren.
Amazing.
And then these are Pro Cook, which we're obsessed with.
They're lovely.
Oak and Moat Company.
Yeah.
My favourite brand of knives, which are also quite affordable, Polares, Spanish. I mean, Pro Cook, their knives are amazing. So we've got a few small Pro Cook knives, but I just love this Polaris knife.
So nice.
Debating whether, so here's the debate. So we got these, where we can have 3 of them, or do we have 2? So we've got mint tea, regular tea, and then sugar. But I don't know. So this is where it gets tricky. I don't know whether...
Too many options.
Too many things on the shelf.
But it's going to look good.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my Lily. Pixar.
Morning, my darlings. So instead of going back to the cottage last night, we decided to come back early this morning. Originally we thought that Charlie's friends were arriving at 8:30, but luckily they are not arriving until 10 AM. So we've got not that much time, but we've got a little bit of time to get a few last minute bits done before they arrive. So what have we got to do this morning, darling?
So my mental list. So we're going to make the beds, which is not going to take too long because we've got it all pre-made. I am going to just put some final touches to the kitchen. We've got to lay the rug out, give everywhere a quick hoover, even though a vacuum, even though we obviously had it cleaned yesterday. What else? We also have like a few other small finishing touches to put on bedside tables and things like this. I mean, the cottage is still, I would say, only like 80% done from interior styling perspective. Maybe not even that, maybe 70. Like, we've still got lots of little bits to find. Which is why we're sort of easing into renting it out full time, aren't we? Like properly, because we want it to be perfect for when you guys are able to stay. I've also got we've got little touches like local milk, a local butter company called Ampersands, which is near here, and then I've got a loaf from Mark's bakery, but it's frozen, so I'm going to put that in the oven and warm that up.
Lovely.
Normally we'll just buy it from Mark's fresh, but we didn't have time to do that this time, and we've got loads in our freezer. So yeah, that's it. I think it's just running around. It's amazing how much there is to do given it's such a small cottage. Like, makes you realise how much goes into like these bigger houses that people rent out. But we're learning all the time with this, aren't we? Yeah.
It also makes us have such a huge appreciation for companies like the Double Red Duke, because we're finding it, obviously we've never launched a hotel or an Airbnb before, but we're finding it challenging, as Charlie said, just with a 2-bedroom cottage. But a company like Creature Comforts that runs the Double Red Duke, like, they have got, I think, 40 bedrooms or
Country
something.
creatures.
What did I say?
Creature comforts. I always do that because that was a TV show.
Creatures. But imagine doing what we're doing. We're doing it for 2 bedrooms. Imagine doing that for like 40 bedrooms. And we've actually not stayed in them, but judging by their Instagram, their bedrooms are
unreal.
Absolutely amazing. Even the little details like the upholstery of the cushions and the expense as well, like bed linen, duvets, pillows. It is all very expensive. So we are learning a lot, but hopefully, I mean, this right now, this is the hard bit. Obviously everything we've done so far has been challenging as well, but this is like getting it ready for paying customers. So as Charlie was just saying, I think we're going to use this month as our like sorting out any teething. We're really fortunate actually because one of Charlie's very, very close family friends used to run an exceptionally luxurious hotel in Surrey, and
in the Cotswolds. So he used to, so Richard, who's almost like a second father to me, he ran Lords of the Manor, or Lord of the Manor, in Upper Slaughter, which is one of the most traditional. I wouldn't say nowadays it's not as luxurious as it used to be, but it's one of the most traditional hotels in the Cotswolds. Yeah. Very British Tudor hunting lodge, but he's got such an eye for detail. Yeah. And obviously we're fortunate we've got some friends that are fantastic photographers. Yeah. I think Kat's going to be staying there at some point. Yay. Take some snaps for us and give us some honest feedback. Yeah. So we're just basically asking our friends to help us out with taking note of anything that's like not quite perfect. I always think that Charlie would be really good at doing this as an actual job, because wherever we go, he's like, that tiny little change could make such an impact to a guest experience. Do you know what though? I do notice that, but then also when you're so immersed in it, like we are with this, that kind of has the opposite effect, because I think you don't necessarily, if I've not noticed it already, I won't notice it. Yeah. So you need second, third, fourth, fifth opinions. And don't get me wrong, this is a short-term holiday let. It's not going to be as on point as a hotel, but we want to try and get it to that level, like at the Soho Farmhouse, where you stay and everything's there. Yeah. You don't need to, you know, you don't need to think about certain things that you would if you were staying in a short-term holiday let elsewhere. No, that's very true. So on that note, I'm actually going to put an Instagram story up in a second, but please let me know in the comments down below if you have ever stayed in a holiday rental and there has been like a little touch that has really made your stay absolutely amazing. It could be that they left like a block of cheese or something nice in the fridge, or it could be the way that they presented their guest information, because Charlie and I are debating at the moment. Charlie wants a physical book. I think we should leave like a tablet in the cottage with all the local information and like how to do X, Y, Z. I think the thing is we're definitely going to have it sit on the blog, so there will be stuff online. Yeah. I just think also it's nice to have something physical in the cottage. Yeah. I totally agree with you, but I think with the iPad or a tablet, it's not quite straightforward, because you've got lots of, you know, we've stayed in places with iPads and stuff before and they've either not worked, they've been broken, they've been scratched. Well, we'll make sure ours is fully charged. So let me know down below if you've ever stayed anywhere. We are here. And there has been a little touch that you've just thought, yes, that is absolutely amazing. Great shout. Okay, we're here. We've got 28 minutes until our guests are due to arrive. Let's do this.
You as you drive, do you know I'm looking, and I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up.
Goodness me, I am glowing because we have been charging around this cottage like crazy people, trying to get it ready. I think our guests are going to be arriving any minute now. Keep saying guests. I mean, they are Charlie's, it is one of Charlie's friends and his girlfriend, so it's fine that everything is not like 100% perfect. They needed somewhere to stay for the weekend in the Cotswolds, so it's actually worked out perfectly that they can like help us soft launch while not everything is quite perfect. So Charlie's currently vacuum cleaning upstairs, as you might be able to hear. I have been doing last minute little bits and bobs in the kitchen. We've got a fresh loaf of bread in the oven. Charlie and I just had a bit of an argument about what washing up liquid we're going to provide our guests. He wants to provide the massive bottle of that like 70s fairy liquid. I personally don't think it looks very nice. I would much rather we used a lovely UK brand like Cotton Willow with the beautiful bottles and then have a matching surface spray. So let me know down below, are you Team Colton Willow or Team Fairy Liquid for in the cottage. I mean, I know what I would rather use on a lovely Cotswold staycation. But anyway, let me show you a few little bits and bobs we've just done in the kitchen. So as I said, the bread is in the oven. Our first time using the Capel oven, and it seems to be working very well. It's nice and easy to use. And then we've got the very sleek induction hob on the top there. We've got this little ceramic Dalesford pot, which we have got some olive wood, utensils in there, and then this really cute pink spatula from Le Creuset. We went for a dualit toaster just because they look really nice. We've got some local farm eggs here on our place chopping board, and then we'll pop the fresh loaf of bread in this little, sack. We've got some cowshed hand soap over by the sink, which I think maybe we'll use 100 Acres eventually because their branding is really, really nice and fits well with the colour scheme of the kitchen. Maybe we need a little picture up here. What do you guys think? I feel like it definitely needs something there. And then this area, if I take a step back, looks really, really lovely now. So Charlie has styled this area. We have got an espresso machine and some pods, but when those pods are all finished, we're actually going to swap to the grind. Oh, I don't know where they've gone. The grind ones, because they are compostable. We've got a magnetic knife block on the wall there. We've got some herbs, which we hope our guests will use, some mint in some lovely pots, olive oil, Cotswold Gold rapeseed oil. We've got normal tea, mint tea, and sugar, some pastas, and some oats up there. It's going to definitely be some trial and error to see how much we top these up, if people actually use them, if they're just going to be there for display. We shall see. Still got a few of our bits and bobs down here in the corridor.
We are Dyson up.
I think I showed you this yesterday, but I've popped one of the Straw Top Cottage little tote bags up in here for our guests to use. And then we've just done a few finishing touches in here. You will have just seen us rolling out the rug. It is still a little bit curly on the edges, so we've just popped some books on it to try and flatten that out. But the little footstools look very cute next to the bookcase, and then we've also got some nice fresh thyme on the radiator cover, some pretty dried flowers on the little dining table nook, and then some thyme over there in the windowsill as well. I was saying I think I might try and find some fabric like these chairs to pop on the sofa, because it's just very white at the moment. This area, I don't know, I'm not loving how this vista looks. I think we need to do some tweaks here. We've popped some fresh flowers up on this unit here, some flowers in the Cotswold Co vases, which look really lovely. Fireplace is looking good. And then this is not going to be the kind of permanent bedding, because I'd like to get, let's flick the lights on, I'd like to get some really beautiful green cushions and a throw made to match in with the greeny tones in here, like on the footstool, on the wallpaper, and the trim on the curtains. I've seen some pictures on Instagram that I'd really like to try and recreate with some like green floral throws and cushions. I think that'll look fabulous. And then the long term, we also want to get some sage green dressing gowns. Charlie chose burgundy because they're not going to mark, but I think that they stick out a little bit colour wise. So I think we'll try and find some nice green ones that'll go with the tones of the cottage a little bit better. This little corner is looking very cute. We need to get a bigger vanity mirror in here, and also a big full-length mirror on this wall here. It always bothers me when I stay places and they don't have a full-length mirror in the bedrooms. In here we've got a little wardrobe space. The wallpaper continues down, which looks rather nice. I think they're going to be replacing this silver rail with a brass one, and we've got a few coat hangers in here and a little Dyson fan just in case it gets too hot or too cold in here. But I have to say, now that we've got the Hive installed, the heating in here is pretty good. That looks like, yeah, still got a plastic cover on it. So this is where we can control the heating. We had Hive in our house in Clapham and it worked well, so we thought we'd pop it in here. And then nothing's really changed in here since I showed you yesterday, but I'm just very, very proud of our lovely bathroom. We don't have the mirror in yet. That's something that we need to measure for now. Hopefully Charlie's pals don't mind that there's no mirror in the bathroom just yet, but it's one of those little finishing touches. I just think it looks fantastic with the crazy tiles. The lights look brilliant. I love the brassy, what is brass or gold? I can't remember. The gold finish. Brushed brass finish. I think the tap looks fantastic. We need to replace the metal on the toilet with brushed brass as well. We still don't have all of the blinds and curtains, as you may have noticed. So this blind in here is going to be replaced. And we've got some lovely blinds coming for the windows up here and the windows up in the pink room. I have to say, one thing I am really, really happy with is the carpet. It just feels so lovely underfoot. It's a really thick, comfortable carpet. And we've popped a rug up here in the pink room. So as you know, we had the slight drama. There we go, with the bed frame. So we're actually speaking to the Cornish bed company to see if they have a smaller headboard or if they can even saw it in half. I don't know, we'll find a way. But for now, we've just laid it up with a mattress and a king size bed, just so that it's, you know, ready to go when we do get the bed frame in here. Bedside tables. I think we need a really fabulous, like, floral patterned headboard in here, you know, one of those beautiful cushioned ones. So we'll see if it might be possible to get one of those actually made up here, because it's this little corner that creates such a huge challenge when it comes to bringing things up into this bedroom. And obviously we can't get anything in through the window because it is tiny. So we do have a full length mirror in here, or pretty much full length at least. My outfit of the day is this little blouse from And Other Stories, and then these little linen trousers with the ruffle hem down at the bottom, also from And Other Stories. This is my cottage preparation outfit. We've got a wicker chair in here and a bin. We're going to get a lovely plump cushion made for here, perhaps in the same fabric as any cushions that we get made for the bed. And if we do end up going for fabric headboard, maybe we will have that fabric running through. A few very last minute finishing touches going in. Charlie has just got the loaf of bread out of the oven and it smells amazing.
This looks perfect in here, it's always
Do you think we should leave it out on the side?
I think it's too much clutter. I think with the kettle out.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. It's quite nice. We've got these local cherries.
Very
Normally
nice.
I'd get some strawberries, but obviously strawberry season is pretty much over now.
Coming to an end. This area looks really, really good.
I'm really happy with the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot left to do. We are going to obviously put the bin under here, aren't we? So we
Yeah.
won't have a bin there.
I was just saying on the vlog.
Get like a little wooden stool here.
Oh yeah.
Right to perch.
Because sometimes it's quite nice to perch while
This is
someone's
just two
cooking.
of you.
Could we put something behind the tap?
What, artwork?
I don't know.
I mean, look, if we were doing this again, the one thing that I would probably do is do this and go up.
Yeah.
And the same there. But we're learning.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we need some lighting under the cabinetry, but I
do
don't
as
know.
well.
I also think that can look quite messy, so we need to really think that.
I don't know. There's space in there.
I know, but you've got to have it all wired in.
Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, so if you with those curtains there.
You may have noticed I'm using a very jazzy Dyson. This one has got one of their new heads on it, and it's called the Anti-Tangle Comb. If you look closely, you can see, if you look closely, you can see it's a little bit different to a normal head. And they did a really cool example in this launch video where they had, must have been like a 5-meter ribbon, and it got completely sucked in without a problem. So if you've got long hair or even like pet hair, it's not a problem for this head. One of the things that I used to hate the most. I'll talk to you this way around. Fun fact, I actually used to work as a chambermaid for a local B&B while I was doing my GCSEs at school, and one of the things that I had to do at the end of each shift was to actually like pull hair out of vacuum cleaner heads. And if a guest had stayed that had long hair, oh, it was such a horrible experience. But you don't have that problem with this Dyson, which is amazing. It's a really, really good one. So we're just doing final whizzing around, and then I think we're done. Hello darlings, it's now a few days later. As you might be able to guess, things just got a little bit manic, but we managed to get it all done before our guests arrived. They have now been, they have now gone. It's literally 4 days later, and they had a really wonderful time, full of glowing feedback. Obviously they knew that things weren't perfect, but everything works, which is the main thing. The Wi-Fi is fast, and it's just so nice that someone has given it a bit of a test drive for us. So I think that over the next week or so, Charlie and I are going to have a little staycation there, which will be amazing. Test it out for ourselves, and we have been busy shopping for lots of last minute bits and bobs, including obviously a new bed for the top floor. But I'm just so happy that we've had our first guests. We are moving in the right direction, so it won't be long until we can properly launch the cottage for our first actual guests, not like friends. And we do have a little newsletter, it's not a newsletter, like an alert email address, so you can sign up if you would like to be the first to know when it goes live. So I'll leave the sign up for that down below. You just pop your email address in. We're not going to spam you, it's not a newsletter, but you will find out when the cottage is ready to go. I think it'll be a couple of weeks. Obviously we need the bed, that's what's going to hold us up, which is a pain. But I mean, if you want to come just as a couple, then we are ready. Yeah, just a few more little bits. I've been on Desenio today ordering some prints. Yeah, we are close. We are very, very close, and I'm glad I documented these last couple of days because it's been quite the transformation. Any feedback of bits that you can spot or things that you think we should do, please let me know. But yeah, very exciting, very, very exciting. It feels like we're almost there. The end is very much in sight. There is light at the end of the tunnel. But darlings, it's been a long one. I've already started editing this vlog. We're approaching 50 minutes. I'm just not capable of doing short vlogs. If you did get to the end, please leave the word pub. If you come to the cottage, you've got a choice of 3 pubs in Atterbury. Leave the word pub in your comment if you got to the very end. And darlings, as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very, very soon in the next one. Bye.